The San Francisco Bay Area has experienced a staggering 1,300% increase in earthquake activity this month, raising concerns among scientists and residents alike. The region, already known for its seismic vulnerability, has seen an unprecedented surge in tremors, prompting urgent investigations into whether this is merely an anomaly or a precursor to something far more catastrophic. Are these tremors warning signs of an impending major earthquake along the Hayward or San Andreas faults? Or is this just a random geological fluctuation? Experts are scrambling to analyze the data and determine what these numbers truly signify. In this comprehensive report, we will break down the latest developments, expert analyses, and the potential risks that lie ahead. Stay with us as we uncover what could be a defining moment in the Bay Area's seismic history. The Bay Area, a region long accustomed to earthquakes, has been experiencing a concerning spike in seismic activity. Historically, the area averages a moderate number of earthquakes per month, most of which go unnoticed by the general population. However, in January 2025 alone, the region recorded a staggering 28 earthquakes, compared to just 2 in December 2024. This sharp escalation is causing growing unease and speculation regarding what may be unfolding beneath the surface. Prior to this surge, December 2024 saw minimal seismic activity. A small magnitude 1.2 quake on December 2nd, located 6 kilometers northwest of the San Francisco Zoo, was barely perceptible. Another minor tremor, a magnitude 1.1 event, occurred on December 26th at a depth of 8.1 kilometers. Such minor quakes are typical and rarely cause alarm. However, the landscape of seismic activity changed dramatically as 2025 began. By January 10, 2025, a significant earthquake, registering magnitude 3.5, struck the region, followed by a magnitude 2.9 tremor the very next day. This back-to-back occurrence of moderate quakes added fuel to the growing concerns that a larger event might be on the horizon. These quakes, varying in depth from shallow to deep, indicate potential movements within different layers of the Earth's crust. The clustering of such tremors, occurring within such a short period, is prompting scientists to investigate whether this trend could foreshadow a more destructive seismic event. Zooming out from the Bay Area, the entire San Andreas fault system is exhibiting heightened activity. Seismologists have recorded approximately 2,000 earthquakes across the fault in the past month alone, a dramatic rise that has sparked increased monitoring efforts. The San Andreas fault, stretching over 800 miles through California, has a notorious history of producing catastrophic earthquakes, including the infamous 1906 San Francisco earthquake and the 1989 Loma Prieta event. With such a surge in activity, experts are debating whether the current spike is indicative of another major rupture in the making. There are several possible explanations for this sudden increase in seismic activity. One widely discussed theory attributes the earthquake swarm to the continuous buildup of stress along the San Andreas and Hayward faults. The Pacific and North American tectonic plates are in a constant state of motion, exerting pressure on California's fault systems. When stress accumulates over time, it eventually reaches a breaking point, resulting in sudden seismic releases. Some experts believe the Bay Area's current situation could be a clear sign that stress along these faults is approaching a critical threshold, raising the risk of a significant quake. Another hypothesis focuses on deep underground fluid migration. Whether from natural causes or human activities, such as groundwater extraction, oil drilling, or underground infrastructure projects, fluids can seep into fault zones, reducing friction and potentially triggering earthquakes. The varying depths of the recent tremors suggest that different sections of the crust may be affected by these processes. If this theory holds, it would suggest that the region's geological stability is more fragile than previously understood, making it even more susceptible to unexpected seismic events. Some researchers argue that the recent activity is part of a natural earthquake swarm, a series of smaller tremors that do not necessarily indicate a larger quake. While swarms have been observed in other regions, such as Nevada and Yellowstone, the Bay Area's complex fault network makes it difficult to dismiss the possibility that these tremors could be foreshocks to a major seismic event. Another concerning possibility is that the Bay Area's earthquake activity may be linked to distant seismic events. Large quakes occurring thousands of miles away can send stress waves through the Earth's crust, subtly shifting pressure balances along fault lines. Some experts are investigating whether recent tremors in the Pacific Ring of Fire, a seismically active region encircling the Pacific Ocean, may have played a role in triggering this local increase in earthquakes. Dr. Sarah Bennett, a seismologist with the U.S. Geological Survey, USGS, acknowledges that while such earthquake swarms are not unprecedented, the scale of this recent activity is unusual. She notes that in some cases, similar swarms have dissipated without leading to a major event, but in other instances they have preceded devastating earthquakes. Dr. Mark Evans, a geology professor at Stanford University, warns that a 1,300% increase in seismic activity is significant enough to warrant close monitoring. He urges Bay Area residents to stay informed and prepared for the possibility of a major earthquake. Despite advancements in earthquake prediction technology, forecasting seismic activity remains an incredibly challenging task. Some swarms have ended with no significant impact, while others have preceded catastrophic quakes. This uncertainty leaves residents in a state of unease, particularly those who lived through past disasters like the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake, which caused extensive damage and loss of life. As researchers continue to analyze this phenomenon, experts emphasize the importance of earthquake preparedness. Even if these recent tremors do not lead to a major event, California remains highly earthquake-prone, and readiness is key. Officials urge residents to review their emergency plans, secure their homes, and ensure they have adequate emergency supplies. Global seismic activity is also seeing notable developments. As of January 24, 2025, significant earthquakes have been recorded worldwide. A magnitude 5.7 quake near Papua New Guinea occurred at a shallow depth of 6 kilometers, while another powerful tremor, a magnitude 5.3 event, struck near the Peru-Chile Trench, reinforcing concerns about increased global tectonic activity. Closer to home, seismic hotspots such as Yellowstone National Park and Texas oil fields have also experienced minor tremors, contributing to an overarching pattern of geological movement. Beyond seismic activity, space weather is also under scrutiny. Sunspot clusters have been observed on the sun's surface, though those currently facing Earth are decaying, reducing the likelihood of major solar storms. However, a recent coronal mass ejection, CME, may trigger a mild geomagnetic storm, potentially creating auroras visible in northern regions of the United States. The Earth is in constant motion,